I would never emulate things because it's piracy, by the way. That was a joke. I value property rights more than my own life. We're starting out. Now, I'm trying to decide to what extent this matchup is kind of Millia versus the cooler Millia, because Bridget has some pretty fucked up mix like Millia does. Bridget has some unique maneuverability, not as much as Millia has, but still has some unique maneuverability, but has bigger buttons, has a meterless reversal, can purchase the neutral for $50, can purchase the neutral for $50 and then get a super wall break for another $50. Like, do these characters not kind of just have the same mix-up, rush-down, pixie game plan? But Bridget just seems to have more tools in general. Maybe I'm off base here, but that's the impression. That's the way that I feel when I look at this matchup. Oh, that RC, dear Lord, faking out the tap dust to bait out the deflect shield, and yeahokpal has got to stop the bleeding. yeahokpal had stopped the bleeding for a minute. The bleeding then commenced once more and promptly killed him, but he did stop the bleeding for some amount of time. Yeah, see the starfish. Millia done got a reversal. Don't give, please, Daisuke, do not give Millia a reversal. But I'm just saying, I feel like Bridget just kind of has things Millia doesn't have. You know, it would kind of be like, it feels like it would be similar to like if Jacko had Mix, she would kind of just be Zato, but better, you know? I mean, the puppet aspect isn't as fleshed out, but there's still the puppet aspect, and you get sandwich pressure, and you can you know, make yourself safe or plus basically any time as long as you have this unique resource that your character has. And if you could just mix people, she'd kind of be Zato, but also a zoner with basically much more meter. It kind of feels like that, you know? Or I've heard the comparison made also about like Sin and Kai, to a lot of people, Sin kind of feels like Kai if when he hit you with Far Slash, he killed you. Because Sin also has a very good Far Slash, but when he hits you, you die. For real, you die in real life. And there are obviously other differences, especially as the player of the character between them, but like, I'm just saying. Now, obviously, that does not take away from the skill or validity of you know, Mooney's lead in this set. I'm not saying that you know, Bridget simply defeats Millia. I just feel like they're kind of similar, and where they differ, I feel like it's mostly just kind of where Bridget has things that Millia doesn't. Other than the second dash, and I mean, Capel's good. I mean, if you want to be that way about it, Bridget has like the dive bomb with the teddy bear, which is kind of like Capel if it was really bad. Okay, Millia does have more ways to mix. Yeah, she does have the dash through thing. Bridget does not. Bridget does not have that. You know, Bridget's equivalent of Capel is Garbaggio, and rolling movement is not a second air dash. And it's also not useful in the ways that Capel is useful. I still feel like in exchange for half screen, in exchange for half screen multi-hitting 2S and a DP, I feel like I'd make that trade. And a command throw. Yeah, okay, about evening things up 1-1. But I don't know. I could also be wrong. This is just the vibe that I get. I don't play either of these characters, so it's possible it's like, no, actually Millia is just straight up better than Bridget. Or something to that effect. Bridget doesn't have TK Badman. TK Badman's pretty good. I've seen a couple people block it. I mean that literally. I've seen 1 or 2 people block it. So... Alright, the YRC liberates yeahokpal. This is some command dash. Oh, I forgot about Millia's grounded command dash. Okay, Millia has more shit than I'm giving her credit for, in fairness. Millia has more stuff than I'm giving her credit for. Because that command dash is quite good. Oh, GG kills here, by the way. She does have more. I was just forgetting about some of Millia's tools. And the anti-air close slash, as yeahokpal very helpfully reminded me. Mooney blocking for her life here. That backdash wasn't intentional. Bridget players just reflexively backdash anytime they're in neutral. They start by backdashing and then do something. It's like the law, I think. They have to. I think they would go to jail, maybe even hell, if they didn't. Alright, we're gonna... Oh no, because of the counter hit, we get close slash off of that. Alright. And now... Oh! Okay. Well, you do get yeahokpal's burst out of there. So that is good. Because even if you lose, there's another round. And if you win, then obviously the only thing that matters is that he doesn't have the burst this round. Catches, waits, and punishes that command dash. And it's not going to be dead. It's not going to be dead, but it's definitely hurt. That is dead. And Mooney's going to take 2-1. Take the lead 2-1, not the set. 2-1 over yeahokpal. I'm also just kind of rambling because like so much shit. I don't know how to commentate a matchup of characters that are this fast. They're both kind of, you know, they're pixie characters, you know. They both do just a ton of shit all the time. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like a feature-length movie worth of stuff. Like, I could write you a 5-page essay on the last 10 seconds, and I don't have time to say a 5-page essay. Alright, we cannot simply hair car against Bridget. This is true. This is true. Mooney with $100, by the way. Is anybody talking about this? Is anybody talking about this? I mean, sure. Is anybody talking about those $100? They just won the round. Mooney just bought the round for $100. She walked up to the TO and was like, hey, Benjamin Franklin thinks I won, by the way. That's what happened. Rajier comes out. Yeah, we get, ooh, a good backdash, though, calling out that throw. And a bit of a backdash incident transpiring now. When he does not block the cross-up. Does expect that cross-up. It's an expectable cross-up. To be fair, you want to get the corner back, right, if you're yeahokpal, so. It makes sense that you would get on the other side of Mooney there. yeahokpal possibly expecting, honestly, Mooney to expect that cross-up and obviously got some good offense after it anyway. The $50 are not enough to kill. And yeahokpal stays alive. Hey. Hello, Browskers. We're watching some Strive. We're watching the two premier Pixie Blunder characters of Gilted Gear Strive fight each other. I hope you like low damage and low health. And then the low health kind of balances out the low damage, but also they're not that low damage. Like they're low damage compared to like the high tiers. Sure, but they're not really that low of damage. If we're being honest with ourselves, if we're being serious here. Like the fact that the damage that Bridget and Millia do is considered to be low is just an indication of how like brain-rottedly high the damage in this game is. H-disc, my beloved. It cannot hold down the neutral though. Jesus, it's, you know, why commit? When you're both super spody, why commit in neutral? DP is committed. Huh. Not enough time there, meaning? I guess H is a big slow button, and it does have to cross a bunch of space, so it does make sense, but I'm still a little surprised, if I'm going to be honest with you here. Mooney taking a minute, icing the kicker. Put that motherfucking kicker on ice. Then we go into game 5. Big counter hit 5H to start the last game off. We're going to the corner. Burst is back for yeahokpal, but at this point, not a great .2 burst. They're almost immediately stuck to the wall, right? The second interaction that yeahokpal lost, Wild Assault was used, so burst wasn't on the table. And the first one, it was a big counter hit 5H. Bridget kind of doesn't get that much mid-screen even off of that. Not sure one's Yeoki, like not that much that's burstable at least. We're pressing Millia directly through the wall. The Starfishes have been finding their mark. Finally forces the burst out of yeahokpal. Kind of didn't, you know, supply that many awesome spots to do it, but I mean, yeahokpal needed out of the blender. Kind of still needs out of the blender. That will not get yeahokpal out of the blender. And Mooni with, was that 2 back-to-back perfects? Taking game 5 in incredibly convincing fashion to move on.